My name is Paige and I've been on nearly 100 Hinge dates in the last year. No, that is not a joke. I recently counted and I am at 93 since last September. So obviously I've learned a lot. I wanted to share it with you guys. First one is if he wanted to, he would. I don't think that that actually applies to dating. It's hard to put an expectation like that onto somebody when they're still getting to know you.
Well, I am commenting on this video because, like you all know, if you've watched any of my content or other videos, I am someone that recommends that a woman that is looking for marriage goes on as many first dates as possible. And there's a reason for that, and it's a strategy. And if you go into it and if you see the way that I recommend you do it, then you will see that it's probably gonna work, because I teach women and I show women how they can achieve that and do that the right way with the right cards in hand. It's not just about going on as many first dates as possible. There are many things to it. And if you want more on that, maybe you can join my community. You will find the link for it in the description below. But for now, let's talk about the girl right here and let's see why it seemingly did not work for her. And I'm sure that she did it the wrong way. She's already saying if he wanted, he would, and that doesn't apply to dating. Well, I am sorry, but it does. If the guy really liked you, one date is more than enough for him to decide to put you in the wife category, at least temporarily, as long as you don't do anything crazy. If he likes the way you looked, if you showcased beautiful values and boundaries, why not? He will probably want to pursue something serious with you. He will probably try and impress you, take you to a better place or a nicer restaurant for the second date. I'm not saying you should have that expectation for the first date. He himself doesn't know you. But again, he would make that effort. If he wanted, he would show effort and he would make an effort to be with you, to pursue you, to court you if he truly wanted to and if he truly liked you. I talk about this all the time and I say why many women are incapable of reading first dates, and that's what leads to this kind of result where they can still go on many first dates with different people and still not be able to select one person or find one potential partner.
Another thing, and this one may be shocking, a lot of the guys that are dating in the New York City area are in full-blown relationships. The only reason I've ever found out about these relationships is because I'm posting my dating experiences with you guys. Their girlfriends always end up DMing me about it. I think we should just be all more aware that the possibility of there being another woman and you being the side piece is way higher than you would ever think.
She's doing something here, something catty, something mean that some women do. And I was going to turn a blind eye to it, but I decided not to, because let me call it out. Why not? She's trying to say, since she is single and she's clearly in a position that she doesn't want to be in, she's trying to make all the women that are in relationships and stable relationships feel insecure or doubt their partners by saying if you are in the specific area where I'm at, you are probably a side piece. But it's not true. I'm sorry. Just because you met cheaters and you met horrible man, which is still a possibility, it's still a risk that we all take when we go on first dates or when we are trying to date someone we never knew before. It is a risk. But this doesn't mean that we should normalize cheating and that every single girl ever that is in a relationship is getting cheated on and she doesn't even know it. It's not true. If all men were truly this horrible, and I'm not trying to defend the man here, but I'm just trying to make women that are in stable relationship feel more secure and happy about the relationship. If all men were truly this horrible and most women in a specific area or anywhere at all were getting cheated on actively now if they are in a relationship, then why would you be so invested in looking for a partner? You would just choose to stay single, right? But instead, you're not. You went on close to 100 first dates with 100 different people almost in this year alone. So that tells me that you think and you believe in your heart that man cannot be that bad after all.
Going off both of those first 2 points, you really do not know somebody early on in dating. The excitement of meeting somebody new, especially when a first or second date goes really well, sometimes a little bit blinded what is actually there, meaning there really isn't anything there. Words mean nothing if they're not going to back it up. Consistency matters way more than charm. When the effort drops early, it's probably not going to come back. I was dating this guy for 3 or 4 dates, or a date in, like the effort just stopped completely. When I brought it up to him, he tried to gaslight me. When you're dating a lot, I think it's really important to take breaks. All the people I know, I definitely date the most by a landslide. Do take breaks for myself. Now, like, it's been like nearly 2 weeks since I went on a first date, and I'm not going on another one till Wednesday. A couple months ago, I took like a month off. It gets so exhausting just meeting people and being just constantly disappointed. When a guy shows you red flags in the beginning, believe them and just be grateful that he showed them early on rather than leading you on and then just dropping them later.
Well, I agree with a few things that she mentioned here, but again, I don't know what she considers a red flag, because most women, or some women at least, are not very good at reading whether a first date went well or not. For example, it can go very well for themselves and they don't realize that it wasn't that great for the guy, and they get blindsided when they get a message, a rejection, and they start crying. They get emotional because they couldn't see it coming. They did not expect that the guy wasn't that interested. Others might consider a good first date one where the guy tried to kiss the woman, but in most cases, that's not a good sign either. Like I said, you have to have the right tools in hand, real guidance. And again, I stand by the fact that going on many first dates with many different people can be beneficial. If you're not just on this journey, on this mission, you have to go on 100 first dates. If you keep your mind open and you truly give a chance to every single one of them, because I'm sure there is one person out of these 99 people that you will meet that is the most compatible with you, or that is close to being an ideal potential life partner, but you wouldn't even give them that chance because you're blinded by this mission of 100 first dates in a specific amount of time or in a specific year. It's not going to work if you're going about it that way, because again, you could come across your soulmate and let them go and you wouldn't even know because you're just focused on the numbers. Again, there is a specific way that you can do this right and go on many first dates with many different people and still find and be able to see and select the person that is the most suitable out of all of them for you. And I talk about that in details in my program that helps you find your ideal husband within 6 months to 12 months. You will find it in the classroom section of my community. So if this sounds like something of interest, go ahead and check the description box under this video. You will find the link for my community there. But for now, like I said, not many people are going to be able to tell if a first date went well. Most people are not even going to see some type of red flags. Like, again, for example, if you go on a first date, a guy that tries to kiss you after only one first date is probably not interested in you because he took that risk. He doesn't mind offending you because he doesn't know how you would react. He doesn't mind not seeing your face again. He doesn't know how you would react to a first kiss after barely one date, but he took that risk. In some cases, I always say it's not a good sign. He's just trying to see if he's going to get some intimacy early on. He's trying to test the waters because he doesn't care. If you get offended, if you get upset, if it backfires, then be it. He's just going to leave. He doesn't care that much. So that's why I'm saying sometimes you can get mixed signals. You should know how to read situations and you should have real guidance. In that case, yes, I believe that going on as many first dates as possible can help, and you may find a potential husband. But again, you don't go around and tell men that they are your 93rd first date for the year, because that's very worrying. That's something that you keep to yourself. He's going to think you're not serious, and he's going to think you're just out there for a free meal or for whatever reason. He's not going to feel special, and that's going to be playing against you.
I think that lifestyle matters way more than people think it does. Everything else could be there, but if your lifestyles do not align, it's just not going to work. People reveal a lot about themselves by the way that they talk about their exes. Girls like already kind of know this. If a guy like consistently calls their ex crazy, or if they have like multiple crazy exes, like you have to look at the common denominator. The way that you feel after a first date or after a date with them, after hanging out with them, is way more important than the way you feel during. How do you feel when you're not texting? How do you feel when you're not together? Like, do you miss them? Do you not? That's going to tell you a lot more about how you feel about them than actually being with them.
I agree with the part where she was speaking about crazy exes. If a guy is talking about his ex and he's going on and on and on about how crazy she was, or what she did wrong, or how amazing she was, whatever it is, if he's talking about her in any type of way, he's obsessed with her. He's not over her. That's it. That's what it means. And of course, if he's saying he has many crazy exes, that's a red flag. He's the crazy one. So let's move on from that. The second thing that she mentioned here is that you have to see after the first date how you feel about them. When you are texting or whatever, I disagree with that. You should have a clear idea, especially if you are dating many people at once. You want to have a clear idea about whether you like them or not by the end of the first date, because you're going to be going probably on another first date with a different person the next week. If not the same week, you're going on 100 dates a year. So you don't want to waste much time on them. You're going to have 3 or 4 questions ready to see if that person has your must-haves, if they have what it takes, what you need, your priorities, what you really, really, really cannot go without when looking for a husband. And you're going to see whether they have that or not on the first date. You're going to ask gentle questions. You're not going to force it. You're not going to be aggressive. You're not going to interview them. It's going to be 3 or 4 questions at most. And obviously these questions are going to naturally create conversations, and it's going to go with the flow, and you're not going to make it weird. You're not going to make it robotic. And at the same time, it's going to help you find out by the end of that first date whether you really want to focus on them, see them for a second date, perhaps a third one, or if you want to keep going and meet the next person that you're going to go on a first date with. Because nobody has time to keep waiting for a text from their 100 first dates.
We collectively as women need to stop dating men for their potential. Fact of the matter is, potential is literally just like putting a fantasy on somebody else. When it comes to intimacy, I don't do it. Most of them end up being a waste of time. I don't really think that sleeping with a guy early on is gonna make him not want to commit. I think that guy wants to commit, he's gonna commit to you. A lot of guys play this game. They act like they want to commit in the beginning, and then when they get what they wanted from you, they don't. And that is a common trend that I keep seeing. I feel like we as women just like give away too much of ourselves too soon in this generation. I'm gonna lie, like some men do get frustrated about it, and I think that that speaks volumes, but like I think you'll learn so much more about a guy and his character by like not sleeping with them than if you do. Anyways, guys, that's what I've learned. Love you guys. Mwah.
Well, that wasn't so bad after all. So I think she must have only 2 or a few wrong ideas or rules that are keeping her single. So perhaps she's doing something wrong, but I'm not sure what it is. I found that or already caught a few points here and there, but it's not enough for her not to find a single person that could be a match after 100 first dates in 1 year. Here she mentioned that we shouldn't bet on potential as women, and I agree with that. I always talk about that. You are looking for the final, for the end product. When going on a first date, you still want to see if they have your must-haves, whether there are 3 or 4 of them, not 50 again. Let's not be ridiculous or ridiculously demanding either. You're going to have priorities. You're going to decide what you truly want to find in a husband. It's going to be 3 different points or 4 at most. And then you're going to find out if they have them or not by asking simple questions on the first date and without making it weird, like I already explained. If they don't, you're not going to fall for the way they're looking at you. You're not going to be flattered by the fact that they like you. Apparently, you're not gonna bet on potential. You're gonna move on. You're gonna keep going. You have to find someone that you're not embarrassed of and that you can introduce to your family, your parents, your friends proudly. And the way to do that is to see on the first date itself if they have what it takes, and not to give a chance to someone that only has potential. Because everyone has potential. Let's be real. Every single person has potential. We're not going to bet on that. We don't know if it's ever going to come to life or not. We don't know if they're going to become lazy. We don't know what they're going to do next. We can't bet on them. We don't even know them. It's a first date. The second thing she spoke about here is intimacy. And I do believe, if you know and you watch me, that you should keep that for later. You should build the story first. Build that love story first. You should build memories, should speak on the phone very often, go on many dates after you select and you find someone that seems to be the right person for you. You should build that story first. You should give it time, because once you get intimate, you can never time travel and go back to when you did not know the aspect of your partner or your boyfriend or your fiancé or whatever. You can never go back to when that was still a mystery and that was exciting and playful and magical, and it added something beautiful to the relationship. You can't go back to that. Once you do it, and that's it. I talk about this more in my other videos, so you can go ahead and watch one of my other videos on this topic. But for now, I'm gonna say again, don't forget to subscribe and join my community. I will see you there.